Hello, YouTube. Welcome to our second installment of MUET Reading Comprehension Strategies webinar. And tonight, I am joined by the ladies of Majime. That's the name of the group. Okay. So tonight, I have with me Raja NURSYAZWANI. Okay, say hello, Shazwani.
Hello, everyone.
Okay. And next we have Sharifah no SHAHIRAH. Hello, Sharifah no SHAHIRAH.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm Sharifah.
And then finally we have AYUNI HAZLAN.
Hello.
Okay. So the three ladies, they are going to explain to you how to answer contextual clues, meaning from contextual clues type question, referencing type question, and main idea, conclusion, and summary type question. Okay, so we will begin with meaning from contextualized clues type question. And our first presenter is Sharifah no SHAHIRAH. Okay, over to you, SHAHIRAH.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum and good evening to Mr. Mak, to all my friends and to all the audience. So today I'm going to present SOP, which is Standard Operating Procedure for MNG type of question, which is deriving meaning from context. So first thing first, before I begin with the SOP, I would like to explain on how to identify MNG type of question. Students always get confused between MNG type of question and REF type of question. So today I'm going to explain on how to identify between MNG from and REF. So MNG question, basically MNG question is very direct. It often asks about the meaning of the word. Can be either synonym or antonym. For instance, MNG type of question always asks, it gives us a word, and the question asks what are the word can be replaced by the word given in the question. While F type of question, I'll just explain briefly because my friend AYUNI will explain more about REF type of question after this. Basically, REF is just like MNG, but the question often have for example, this question refer to, so that is reference, and MNG is direct. It often asks what is the meaning of the word. It's very direct. So we know how to identify MNG type of question, so we move to the procedure SOP. So for the first for the SOP, you guys get the slide. Let's wait for this slide. Okay. So, first, of course, we need to read carefully and underline the keyword. So, what is actually the keyword here is basically just the word that the question asks. Because now, MNG question is very direct. So, when we look at the question, we can simply know, okay, because it directly that person want us to put it in the passage. And the second one is we need to identify meaning of the word or the phrases given. It may be sometimes we don't know what is the meaning of the word, but don't worry because we will use the technique that we call as contextual clues. So what is actually meant by contextual clues is actually contextual clues are bits of information from the text that when combined with our prior knowledge allow us to decide the meaning of unknown word in the story or in the article that we are reading. Okay, so that is meant by contextual clues. Okay, next, the step 3 is we need to figure out the meaning of the word based on the clues or information given in the text. So this is what like I mentioned just now. The I already mentioned the clues can be found before the word, phrase, or expression, or after the word or phrase or expression. Next, we move to the step 4. Refer to the clue given in the statement and try to find the answer in the text by using contextual clues. And the last one is try to match the meaning of the word or phrases with the answer choices and circle the most possible answer. So besides looking at the question, we also need to look at the answer choices because we need to choose from the choices which is the most possible answer for the meaning of the word asked in the question. Um, okay, so let's move on to the sample of question. So now I would like to demonstrate on, so I already explained the SOP just now, so let's use the SOP and I would like to demonstrate on how to answer SOP question. So the first question is, okay, number 2 here. The word anonymous, line 15, can be replaced with, okay, so like the first step just now, we need to identify the keyword. So the keyword here is the word that the question asks us. So the word is anonymous. So for the question, anonymous is quite not a very hard word that we need to guess because mostly all of us know what is anonymous is. It can be hard if we don't know what is the meaning of the word that the question asks. So, okay, we refer to the line given, line 15. Okay, we go to the line 15. Okay, and then, okay, so now we need to find the contextual clues to know the meaning of the word. Okay, so this is where we can use contextual clues to look at a sentence before or the words before the word that the person asks in the question. So in this question, so I already highlighted here, a secret administrator who remained anonymous then published the confession on a Facebook page. So the clues that we can see here is a secret. So when we know that it is a secret,
Excuse me, Shahirah. Hello, Shahirah. So we cannot see the question.
Oh,
okay, yeah, that's right. We cannot see the question on the screen. Okay.
Can you see it now?
Okay, we can only see your PowerPoint at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Share. Oh. Oh, I see.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Now, now yes. Okay.
Okay,
Can
sorry.
you start from the beginning?
From the beginning.
From the beginning,
Means
yes.
from the SOP.
Yeah, that's right. No. From how? How? Yeah. Okay.
Demonstrate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your demonstration.
Okay,
Yes.
so,
Thank you. Okay.
yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
now I would like to demonstrate on how to use the SOP that I present just now. Okay. So for the first question, the word anonymous line 15 can be replaced with, so the keywords that I mentioned in the first step just now is the word that the question asks. So the keyword here is anonymous because the question asks us to find the best word to replace anonymous in this question. So we refer to the line given, which is line 15. Okay, so here line 15 can so a secret administrator. So here I highlighted the keyword secret administrator who remain anonymous then publishes the confession on a Facebook page. So here when we look at the word secret, we know that the word is something that we don't know because it is a secret. So it is where we get the clues. So we can refer back to the question and look at the answer choices. So the first one is secretive. So we can try to fix it in the passage just now. Is it the best way to replace anonymous? But if but I don't think it's possible because secretive mean a person who is inclined to conceal feelings and intention and not to disclose information. So secretive is not the best answer. So we look at the second one is mysterious. So we know that mysterious is someone that it is impossible to understand or someone who is having an atmosphere of strangeness or secrecy. And the last one is unidentified. So we try to, so we know that unidentified is something that we don't know. We don't know him or her. So it is the best word to replace anonymous. We can try it. We refer back in the passage. A secret administrator who remained unidentified then published the confession on a Facebook page. So we can see that unidentified is the best word to replace anonymous. So here, so that is how I demonstrate the question. So here I prepare one more question about MNG. I would like to demonstrate one more question about MNG. So, the questions begin with start the ball rolling. Line 79 means. So like I told you guys in the SOP just now, we need to refer back to the contextual clues here. To start the ball rolling now, however small your investment may be, especially if we are still in our income generating years, because when we have got the ball rolling, we tend to continue. So if we read the word here, to start the ball rolling now, however small your investment may be. So it means that if you look at the answer choices, begin spending for A, begin spending invariably. So invariably means in every or in every occasion. So it is not related at all with the phrase that the question asks. And then we look at the second choices, which is the second choice, which is begin planning for retirement. So we know that in the text, it does not even mention about retirement. So definitely the answer is wrong. And the last one is begin investing even if in small amount. Because if we look at the passage, it stated that if we are still in our income, like I highlighted here, if we are still in our income generating years, because once we have got the ball rolling, we tend to continue. So the best, so it is, so the best phase to, so the best phase to replace start the ball rolling is begin investing even in small amount. So that is all for MNG. So I would like to pass to AYUNI to explain about REF type of question.
Okay, thank you very much, Shahirah. Okay, a very insightful explanation about the MNG type question. Okay, so now we will continue with AYUNI HAZLAN, and she's going to explain to you about referencing. Okay, we can see AYUNI at the back there. I think she's having some technical problem. Okay. While AYUNI is trying to sort out her technical problem, okay, perhaps we can move on to SHAZWANI. SHAZWANI, are you ready? So SHAZWANI, okay, so SHAZWANI is going to explain to us about how to tackle the main idea, conclusion, and summary type question. Hello, Shazwani, are you ready?
Hello, I'm ready.
Okay, right.
Right.
Okay, so let's begin. All right, over to you, Shazwani.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and good evening, everyone. Especially Mr. Mark, my friends, and all the audience. Today, I will present to all of you about me consumption. Okay, how to identify me consumption. First, for main idea question, the question usually sound like this. What is the main idea for the passage text? Or the keyword for the main idea is topic sentence, main point, and many more. Next, for the conclusion question, the keyword is conclude, how to conclude certain paragraph, and what is the conclusion for the certain paragraph. Lastly, summary type of question. Usually, this type of question will ask you what is the passage mainly about, and it will ask you what is the summary of that passage. Okay, I will start my SOP. I will start sharing my SOP. Okay. Can you see?
Okay, we can see your screen, Shazwani.
I will find my. Wait. Okay. 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 I will start with me consum SOP. First, what we need to do is we need to read the question carefully and try to read a few times to be more understand. This can, when we read a few times, we can prevent from some careless, which we will mislook certain, we will mislook certain information, important information. Next, we need to identify type of question by highlight the keyword. Main idea, conclusion, and summary. For main idea, the keyword is the keyword is topic sentence, what is the point of that paragraph, and what is the main idea. Like I said before, the conclusion, how to conclude that paragraph, and what is the conclusion of that certain paragraph. Next, for the summary, the question may ask you about what is the passage mainly about and what is the summary of that passage. Next, after we highlight the keyword at the statement, at the question, we need to refer to the paragraph. Okay. First, I will explain about main idea. Okay. What is main idea? Main idea is the central thought of a passage or a paragraph. The author can locate the main idea in different places within a paragraph. It can be found at the beginning at the text, in the middle of the text, and at the end of the text. For main idea, we need to skim the first and last sentence in paragraph. Okay, let's move on to conclusion. What is conclusion? A conclusion is a judgment or opinion based on the facts or information provided in the text. Usually, it is summing up of the information in the paragraph or the whole text. How we identify conclusion in a passage? Usually, the linkers word for the conclusion is therefore, thus, hence, finally, in conclusion, to conclude as a result. Okay, for the conclusion, we need to read and skim the last sentence in the paragraph and try to conclude the passage based on the certain details. And lastly, for the summary type of question, what is summary? Summary is a brief statement that emphasize the main ideas of the text. For the summary, we need to read the entire paragraph stated and try to identify the keyword or phrases to. Okay, let's move on to the fourth step. Next step, we need to go through and eliminate the answer choice. After we refer to the paragraph, we need to choose and to choose the best answer. Lastly, we need to make the best decision and circle the best answer. Okay. I will demonstrate the question to you. I will share. Can you see the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay. Let me start with main idea question. This is the question. First, like the SOP, what we need to do first is read the question carefully and try to read it a few times. Okay. This is a simple question. So, okay. First, we need next. After we read the question, we need to highlight the keyword. For this question, the keyword is what is the topic sentence. The keyword is topic sentence. Why? The keyword is topic sentence and paragraph 6. That means we need to refer to the paragraph 6. Okay, this is the passage. This is the third step of my SOP. Okay, this is main idea. So we need to skim the first and last sentence in this passage. Okay. First, we read. It is also possible that the steady supply of workers from nearby countries could one day dry up. Patterns of migration will certainly change. Note how quickly countries switch from exporting to importing labor as they develop. Until recently, Spain and other parts of Southern Europe were sending lots of workers abroad, but demographic and economic changes have made them into labor markets. Portugal now attracts Ukrainians while Spain draws in Romanians and Americans. Basically, the main idea from this passage is about the pattern of migration that will certainly change. So the answer for this question is B. Uh, we need to highlight the keyword from these phrases. So the fourth step is we need to eliminate these these answers of choice. So this is the wrong, and this is the wrong answer, and it's also the wrong answer. Let's say this is the best answer to explain this to explain this type of question. Okay. Next, we move on to conclusion question. Okay. We need to like other SOP from main idea. We need to read the paragraph. Okay. We need to read the question. Okay. This question, the keyword is paragraph 2 and conclude. Okay, for the conclusion, what we need to do is we need to read and skim the last sentence in the paragraph to find the answer. Okay. From the question say from paragraph 2. So we refer paragraph 2. Okay. In paragraphs to say in many impoverished societies, rice is the dominant food source and rice is high in vitamin A. This means the answer is carbohydrate will not prevent BAD because from the passage it stated that carbohydrate have a low in malnutrients including vitamin A. Okay, let's move on to the summary type of question. Okay, the keyword for this question is paragraph 6 and mainly about. For summary question, the keyword usually is mainly about. So if you found the word mainly, it means that summary type of question. Okay, let's refer to the passage. For the summary, what we need to do is we need to read entire paragraph and try to sum based on the supporting details and all we found in this passage. So the answer for this question, is B, because from this passage we can see there is a lot of corresponding that had been discussed in this paragraph. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Shazwani, for sharing your knowledge on me consum type question. Okay, and finally, we are going to listen to AYUNI's presentation on referencing type question. Okay, so over to you, AYUNI.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. So today I am the third presenter of Group Majimate. Also I am from College Professional Mara in Drama Kota. So today I will presenting about REF SOP. So before I go too far, I will explain to you on how to identify the REF SOP. Basically, people will confusing about MNG and REF. But REF is easy to identify. Identify is easy to identify, which is we just take a look at the question, which is stated refers to or means that writer. So this is the keywords to know that the question is REF.
Okay, once again,
So
REF stands for referencing, right?
referencing.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. Okay, continue, please.
So we will look at the slide. Okay. So first step is read the statement carefully, and we go through to the second step. Try to underline the line stated and pronouns and nouns. So basically, some people still confusing between noun and noun. So I will explain to them about noun and noun. Okay, so what is noun? Noun is a word used to identify any of class of people, things, and animals. So basically, nouns is, for the example, cat, apple, and Ali, Abu. So pronouns is used to replace a noun in a sentence. So for the example, the cat is sleeping. He is dreaming about fishing. So he is referred to the cat. And I hope you guys will understand to distinguish about pronouns and nouns. And we go to the second step, refer. Refer to the paragraph and try to highlight the stated nouns and pronouns. Because when we read the paragraph, we need to highlight to avoid from being confusing. And the number 4, find. Find is try to find the keyword based on the sentence before the reference words, which is pronoun or nouns, which had been highlighted. And number 5 is eliminated. Refer and eliminated the answer choices that did not match with the prediction. It is important to all of you to eliminate the answer choices which is not matched with the paragraph, because we want to avoid from people confusing to choose the best answer. And number 6 is circle. Circle the best answer, which is we already know uh, the the sentence that match with our questions. So to be more detailed, I will show for you the question of REF. Okay, so first question is, by one estimate, global gross domestic product (GDF) will double if people could. Oh, sorry. Okay, for the first questions that refers to. Okay, first we need to. Wait, sorry. Okay. Oh, lupa. Sorry. Siapa mana nak share? Okay. Okay. So I will explain to you about REF question. So we need to read the question first, that line 39 refers to. So we need to highlight the keywords refers to. Okay, so we just group in the question, it has stated the line 39. So we just go through to the line 39. This is the line 39 that is politically impossible, and we highlight that. Okay, so we take a look the previous sentence before that. By one estimate, global gross domestic will double if people could move freely. So if we refer to the answer choices, that is refer to the people could move about freely. So the answer is D. Okay. For the second question is, I will not go that far means that writer. So we underline means that writer. And we take a look at the paragraph. I will not go that far. And we look at the previous sentence. Some say this man is like decomposing corpse. Okay. For the I will not go that far, it is suitable with the answer given, which is disagree with smell described as a routine death. Okay. So I think that's all from me about REF question and the step. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies. Okay, so I would like to thank Shazwani, Shahirah, and AYUNI for sharing their knowledge on how to tackle MNG, REF, and me consum type question. Okay, so to you out there, thank you for joining us. And this is the second installment of the MUET Reading Comprehension webinar. So hopefully you will be joining us again in the future. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Thank you and good night.
Thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
sir. Good night.
Good night.